September 28, 1953. A 6-year-old boy walks out of school in Kansas City. He leaves with a woman claiming to be his aunt. He never comes home. Within days, $1 million changes hands. The FBI launches a nationwide manhunt, and America realizes something horrifying. The child was already dead. This is the true story of Bobby Greenlease, the $1 million kidnapping that shocked a nation, exposed corruption, and ended in the gas chamber. Robert Bobby Greenlease was 6 years old. He was the son of Robert C. Greenlease, a wealthy Cadillac dealer who had built a fortune in Missouri. The Greenlease family was respected, powerful, and extremely wealthy. Bobby attended Notre Dame de Sion School in Kansas City. He was shy, polite, and loved by teachers. No one could imagine that this quiet Catholic school would become the starting point of a nightmare. On September 28, 1953, a woman arrived at the school. She identified herself as Bobby's aunt. She told school officials that Bobby's mother had suffered a heart attack and she had been sent to take him home. The school, trusting and unsuspecting, released him. That woman was Heady, and Bobby would never be seen alive again. Heady drove Bobby to her home in St. Joseph, Missouri. Waiting there was her accomplice, Carl Austin Hall. Hall was the real mastermind, a troubled former Army sergeant, charming, manipulative, dangerous. According to later confessions, Bobby was shot in the basement shortly after arriving. There was no plan to keep him alive. The ransom plot continued anyway. The kidnappers demanded $600,000. But Robert Greenlease did something shocking. He offered $1 million for his son's safe return. It was one of the largest ransom payments ever made at the time. On October 1st, 1953, the ransom was delivered in cash, small bills packed into suitcases. But Bobby was already buried in a shallow grave in Heady's backyard. The criminals made a fatal mistake. They went on a spending spree. Carl Hall checked into a luxury hotel in Kansas City. He began flashing cash, buying jewelry, drinking heavily. His reckless behavior attracted attention. An FBI investigation began. Within days, both Hall and Heady were arrested. Under interrogation, they confessed. They led authorities to Bobby's body. The nation was horrified. The case moved fast. Because ransom had crossed state lines, it became a federal crime under the Lindbergh Law. President at the time, Dwight D. Eisenhower. Hall and Heady were convicted in federal court. They were sentenced to death. On December 18, 1953, both were executed in the gas chamber at the Missouri State Penitentiary. Heady became the first woman executed by the federal government in the 20th century. Here's where the story takes an even darker turn. Of the $1 million ransom, nearly $300,000 was never recovered. Some of the missing money was later traced to a corrupt police officer. Yes, part of the ransom was stolen by law enforcement during evidence handling. The scandal quietly faded, but questions remain to this day. Where did the rest go? The Greenlease kidnapping shocked America. It changed school security procedures. It strengthened kidnapping laws. It reminded families that wealth could not buy safety. The case remains one of the most disturbing child abductions in U.S. history. Bobby Greenlease was 6 years old, a child who trusted the adults around him, a boy who thought he was going home. Instead, his name became part of American crime history. 2 executions followed, hundreds of thousands of dollars vanished, and one family was left with a silence no ransom could ever fix. If this story moved you, subscribe for more deeply researched true crime documentaries, because some stories must never be forgotten.